There are reports that this afternoon the U.S. military shot down another unidentified object, this time over Lake Huron. It's the fourth one to have been downed after entering North American airspace in just the past 2 weeks.
Here we go again. The fourth UFO shot down within the past week, and now the Pentagon says the object that was shot down today over Lake Huron, due to its potential surveillance capabilities. What the heck is going on right now? We're covering it on Third Phase of Moon.
Some pilots saying that the object interfered with the plane's sensors, other pilots saying that they didn't really experience that, other pilots saying that when they looked at the object they could identify no identifiable propulsion system, and they did not know how it was actually staying in the air, cruising at that altitude of about 40,000 feet.
Now, just in, the Pentagon doesn't know what keeps these objects aloft. Unknown propulsion systems? This is incredible breaking news coming in right now on Third Phase Moon. As we reported yesterday, still no explanation of the propulsion behind these objects. Unknown. Just call them a UFO, in my opinion.
Jim, the speed of those airplanes, F-35s, it's no wonder they all saw different things. And as far as intercepting communications to that vehicle, it's very difficult. I don't want to get too technical, but it could be, frequency hopping, the propulsion. There's so many questions out there that you're absolutely right not until they actually go through the debris and see what it's made of and what it looks like in the communications. Obviously, there was some sort of propulsion system that was driving that vehicle.
As of right now, we still have not obtained any debris from these craft that are being shot down.
Meanwhile, in the wilds of Yukon, Canadian recovery teams are searching for the wreckage of the unidentified object that was shot down yesterday. And the U.S. military is still combing Alaskan waters for debris from Friday's shoot-down. The White House says the object shot down over Alaska and the Yukon did not resemble the Chinese surveillance balloon that was brought down last weekend.
So now, breaking news just into Third Phase of Moon, it's happening worldwide. Now, the state media in China is reporting a mysterious, unidentified flying object. China's got it right. Their language is proper. They call it a UFO flying over eastern China's Shandong province, and is warning people in the area to stay safe as officials prepare to shoot it down. According to the Global Times and English media, this unidentified flying object in waters near the coastal city of Rizhao, and we're preparing to shoot it down, reminding fishermen to be safe via messages. So let me tell you, this is incredible. China is now experiencing their own so-called invasion of the unknown. More reports says the Chinese state media is now also claiming to have spotted a UFO that they're shooting down. More information coming in from China in regards to the anomalies that are happening worldwide. What's going to happen next? This just happened earlier today as we broke the news just a few moments ago. And this is the data flight patterns of the military jets that were involved in regards to shooting this object down. The object has still not been recovered from the Great Lake there in the Michigan area. This is unprecedented. You could see the flight patterns here. This lasted for hours, circling the object, finally taking it down. But look at this. They were surveying something, and they were thinking about where they're going to shoot it, how they're going to shoot it. This is crazy stuff. Yeah, look at that, Blake. That's hell of a chase right there. It seems like this thing was just, tracing it, stalking it like nobody's business. The jet was in coordination, and guess what? There was even talk that there was contact made. That is a word out, that there's contact with this jet, military jet, that made contact with whatever this object is, this UFO, whatever's happening in the skies over Michigan, and whatever debris collected on the ground. We need to know what this is pronto. It's crazy. Just last week, the Chinese balloon shot down off the coast of South Carolina. They recovered it within, I think, less than 12 hours. They were showing pictures of it to the world in the same day, within 24 hours. Now we have let's see, this is, I think, going on the fourth UFO shot down, actually objects, not the balloon in China that they sent over and shot down in Carolina. These are 4 individual shoot downs besides the balloon, and they have not yet recovered any objects or any debris from their shoot downs. What does this tell you? Are they going to share with us these pieces of metal or whatever these objects were made out of? I hope so. I hope they show us the prop propeller blades. Let's see if they're high sophisticated balloons that we're not aware of, new technology that maybe other countries or maybe even our own country are working with, stealth projects, black projects. But it's very interesting now that this is happening worldwide. This isn't just a America and Canada phenomenon in regards to unknown objects. Now we have it happening in China. Is this some kind of trans world domination technique going on? Some kind of world psyop issue? It's hard to tell, but let me tell you, things are about to get pretty exciting. I got a feeling in the next couple days. What's your thoughts on these recent events in China and what's going on right now, Brent?
Yeah, it seems like the story is just so fluid and it's happening in real time. Again, we're just scouring the net, looking for the information as it comes in. And that's how we found the China one just a little earlier today. And man, what's going on? Where's it going to happen next? I'm sure it's going to be over certain areas like Russia. We've already had UFO sightings over the war region in the Ukraine, and who knows where it's going to pop up. We even heard some information in South America. There's been sightings and maybe military transactions in the sky. It's hard telling, but I'm thinking this is more the beginning of things to come. Again, right now, right out of China, this quote.
Absolutely. Quite provocative language. They're going to be shooting down something, and what's going on in the news? Wow.
There are reports that this afternoon the U.S. military shot down another unidentified object, this time over Lake Huron. It's the 4th one to have been downed after entering North American airspace in just the past 2 weeks.
So Lake Huron, let's see their footage out there. Let's get some. I'm sure they're telling the fishermen to back off. They're going to recover something. Let's just see if they're going to show it to us. This is America. They should be sharing what they're shooting out of the sky, these unknown objects, as they call it. Just call them UFOs, guys. It doesn't mean they're alien.
Some pilots saying that the object interfered with the plane's sensors, other pilots saying that they didn't really experience that, other pilots saying that when they looked at the object they could identify no identifiable propulsion system, and they did not know how it was actually staying in the air, cruising at that altitude of about 40,000 feet.
Pilots, in my opinion, should be able to understand what propulsion systems look like, and for them to say that these objects have unknown propulsion systems, this is incredible stuff. Very provocative language coming in. We want to get interviews, or at least have these pilots come forward and speak publicly and not let them be muffled.
The speed of those airplanes, F-35s, it's no wonder they all saw different things. And as far as intercepting communications to that vehicle, it's very difficult. I don't want to get too technical, but it could be, frequency hopping, the propulsion. There's so many questions out there that you're absolutely right. Not until they actually go through the debris and see what it's made of and what it looks like in the communications. Obviously, there was some sort of propulsion system that was driving that vehicle.
He's asking the questions that we all want to know. We'll see if they give us the answers to.
Meanwhile, in the wilds
this.
of Yukon, Canadian recovery teams are searching for the wreckage of the unidentified object that was shot down yesterday. And the U.S. military is still combing Alaskan waters for debris from Friday's shoot-down. The White House says the object shot down over Alaska and the Yukon did not resemble the Chinese surveillance balloon that was brought down last weekend.
Interesting times right here at Third Phase Moon, and what's going on around the world is still continuing. We even have some information that people said we should keep an eye on, and we're covering it right now. Take a look at this special report right here on the Big Island of Hawaii. We're being spied upon by the Chinese with their satellites with lasers. That's right, laser beams being shot down right here on the Big Island. Watch this.
Now to a very unusual sight captured on camera. Japanese and local astronomers say a Chinese satellite was recently seen beaming down green lasers over the islands. This video captured atop the Subaru telescope on Mauna Kea, operated by the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan.
Laser beams from China over American soil, the Mauna Kea.
The lasers flash for just a couple seconds. Initially thought to be from a NASA altimeter satellite, the Japanese put out a correction note on Monday saying NASA scientists found a most likely candidate as the ACDL instrument by the Chinese Daki-1 AEMS satellite.
So is this a buildup for some kind of war, a space war? What's going on?
What the astronomer who read up on AEMS instruments.
I'm not sure, this is my opinion, why the Chinese, who are probably some of the most prolific polluters on the planet, would be collecting data on pollutants on this side of the Pacific.
Good question there. What is going on? Look at these photographs.
I reached out to the United States Space Force to see how often Chinese satellites scan Hawaii airspace and if there's been an explanation from China. Officials are working on getting me a response, and we'll bring that to you as soon as we hear back.
So we'll hold our breath for that if the Space Force is going to get back to these questions. What is really going on? Some people were speculating that these things could hurt people here on the ground, and they were dismissing it, that it might not be, wouldn't cause any harm. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to look directly into those beams with the naked eye. I'm not exactly sure. Those seem pretty intense lumens on those lasers. A lot of lumens on it, and to be tracking our observatories right here on the Mauna Kea on the Big Island, it's just very strange of what's going on right now. Surveillance from space with these unknown objects across different countries. Brent, this is wild.
Yeah, like who knows what the hell China's tracking. They're probably tracking the whole island, the United States, everything they could grab their hands on. And what we're looking at right here is clear evidence of China doing some sort of investigation and data content, supplying their systems. Who knows what they're trying to do with this technology that they're apparently just looking for our health of our weather around here on the islands, where I'm thinking and leaning towards the fact that there's probably more to the story, and they probably just mapped the whole area and they just got away with it.
My goodness, this is the times right now. Laser beams from space stations, satellites, and then you got unidentified flying objects being shot down with unknown origin of where these objects are coming from, and yet to see any debris or recovery of any of these past, I think now 4-5 shoot downs. I'm not talking about the balloon. Again, this Chinese thing with the balloon over South Carolina is one thing. Something is going on. Again, is this some kind of scene for the theory of the false flag alien invasion? That's what people are saying. It's a very high probability according to a lot of people. And let me tell you, these kind of look like some of the signs of the times. But then again, it could be very, very mundane in regards to these objects. So we're going to have to wait and be careful and make sure we don't jump to any conclusions here. But this is groundbreaking historical events happening right now, and we're covering it right here at Third Phase Moon. Brent, what do you make of this past week?
Yeah, what the information is just coming in, and the Pentagon made a statement again today, and they're questioning about, are these aliens? And they're saying they're not ruling that out. So this is interesting for the Pentagon to really have no information to give to the public, and they're not ruling out aliens. That's a big statement right there. Either they're playing coy and not giving us the truth, and they pretty much, in my opinion, probably knows exactly what they shot down, and they probably have it in their assets right now. Again, the media is giving us a bunch of news, and we're just following the story as it comes in and gathering the information. But right now, everything's up in the air, and I don't think we're even close to getting to the bottom of this story yet.
And again, it's quite amazing with our documentaries, Countdown to Disclosure, Above Top Secret, and UFO Endgame. Our posters really showcase the jet fighter in in hot pursuit of the unknown, a tic tac or a cylindrical object, gray. I don't know. This is kind of amazing stuff that our documentaries are ahead of the curve on some of the information, and that's what we're here. We're receiving it as fast as possible, and we're bringing it to you as fast as we get it, as we've done for over 10 years. So this is Frontline, and we're appreciating all the subscribers and the new people that are joining us. We're seeing a massive amount of interest in regards to the subject matter, and people are coming to Third Phase of Moon looking for the information. So we're going to be doing more updates, and we're going to be continuing to bring you the information as it comes in. So that being said, guys, this is the trailer that's going to be groundbreaking. Our film, UFO Endgame to Disclosure, will be out March 14th, just around the corner worldwide. We're going to be putting the pre-order link in the description below. It's going to be on all streaming services, Amazon, iTunes, you name it. The 14th, March, it's happening. Check out UFO Endgame to Disclosure. Everybody, be safe. Blake Cousins, along with my brother Brent. We'll see you next time.
It's a mind-blowing situation. For the public, it's like, oh, a conspiracy theory, it's entertaining. But if you're actually in a responsible position and you find out that there's a whole secret government program that you don't know about, it's a shock.
This report comes from a shadowy Pentagon department that was shut down in 2012.
The disclosure movement has been hijacked by people parroting the narrative and the script being written by these black projects. I would say 90+% of everything that's going to come out is false.
The most widely seen UFO right now is not alien, it's actually ours.
It's a great cover story for all kinds of criminal activities. Blame it on the aliens, right?
If we are being visited by interdimensional beings, we should know about it.
This has the big disadvantage of the truth being much more unbelievable than the fiction.
It's the crash retrievals that are the Rosetta Stone for solving the UFO cover-up.
The implications of this is the difference between extinction level civilization versus one that's going to take off to the stars.